What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be asking EA Sports, where is my Calvin? So for those of you guys that don't understand what's going on, or you have not played Rank Rewards, we're going to briefly explain to you what this company has yet again done to the Madden community. So one of the things that they introduced this season, right, is the Rank Rewards. And just so that everybody is clear, right, I am not playing another ranked game until they give me my previous reward, because what EA Sports likes to do is they like to reset stuff. They like to make it seem as if you didn't do things, or maybe you didn't do it and you still get the stuff. Listen to what I just said. Even if you didn't do it, there are people showing proof that they received Calvin, and people in the top 100 have not. So this is what happened last season, right? We're gonna go over this really briefly so you guys understand what's happening. All right? I'm a top 10 player for this season. I only grind for the top 100 for cards that I actually want. He's one of the rare ones that I actually wanted, okay? As far as I know, no one in the top 10 has received their Calvin Johnson yet. So again, EA Sports, where's my Calvin and where's everybody else's Calvin? Now, I'm gonna show you guys something, right? To kind of, emphasize and get down to the point. There are certain questionable people that were in this situation. Now, I don't know what's going on with this guy, not Goat Geezy. I've seen him. I don't know what's happening with that. But I want you guys to take a look at the average points for, because a lot of people were saying this is the reason that everyone didn't get it. So if you guys don't know what boosting is matching up with someone that you know back and forth, and you take wins, you take losses and stuff like that, and you go back and forth until you're able to get enough wins to keep going up the line. One of the things that EA Sports has done is they've made it so that the record doesn't actually matter, which means that you can be, 207 and 194, stuff like this, and they'll let you get it. Even though this guy is definitely boosting, how do you average 3 points and average points against is 2? This is what they say they were doing and trying to fix. They were trying to get rid of the people that were boosting and obviously cheating. You can clearly look through it and see what they're doing, because the discrepancy in the numbers, like SEO Drip is definitely, he was one of the first ones that was doing it. He's actually a pro player, which is kind of weird because EA Sports is well aware of it, which is why they changed the way that they did it for the actual MCS. See, you can't really cheat the way you used to be able to when you're doing the ladders, because EA Sports, they became aware of it and they kind of locked it down. So as we go through it, they are saying that these are the people, like when you see this guy, you see Coffee, like all this stuff, anything that looks ridiculous, they were supposed to be getting rid of those individuals. Just notice as I go through it, you see realistic numbers, right? You see certain things that go on, like this right here. This doesn't make any sense. 8 and 4, this doesn't make any sense at all. This is obviously not real, right? And he would probably admit that it's not real if you spoke to him. And just ask them like, yo, how did you do it? But this is how people are able to do it easily. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but this is another reason why I stream all my games. So every single one of the games that I played, they were actually, they're actually documented. You can see that I played. I keep all my wins, I keep all my losses, all that good stuff like that, right? But that's what's actually happening. Those are the reports that I'm getting directly, that these individuals are responsible for the delay, because they were trying to figure out, like, how can we get these guys out? Because this is like really ridiculous, guys. He played 207 games, right? And he averaged 3 points. Now, my dead cat can average more than 3 points in 207 games, right? Well, that's the 207 wins. He played a total almost 400 games. Well, 401 games if you do both of them together, right? So something is going on where we got to take a look at it, because you play 401 games and your average points is 3, right? So this is the situation. We know that Bait Game Crazy, that's Skimbo. We know he's not boosting. Look at his average points for. You see the difference? Because I know some guys gonna be like, yo, what if it, based on the record, they did this, they did that. I played Skimbo several times. Skimbo is usually streaming his games. That's him right there. That's a realistic type of record right here, with the average points against and the average points for, with a lower amount of games played. Just to give you guys an example. Now look, I know a lot of this is gonna go over you guys' heads like, yo, I don't understand, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for EA, because EA understands what's going on and they have to stop it, right? Now, if you look at the #1 player with Dotimus, another guy that streams all of his games and just be putting straight belt to butt cheeks on you dudes and whipping dudes out, right? Look at his average points for. So if you just gradually go down, even Drew Jitsu, the dude is terrible, but he played his games. You see what I'm saying? So it don't matter how trashy he is, he played all his games. Little brother, I was taking care of him all season. He played all of his games, right? Now look at the average, 16, 15, 17. You see me with 17, right? You know what I'm saying? The Scouting Moons dude, like, we ain't gonna talk about him, you know what I'm saying? Twitch TV Mills, like I said, look, Mills beat me every time I played him. I played him like 2 or 3 times. He got lucky every single game, but he also streams his games, and he played the games, right? This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if you beat me, you know, I beat you, whatever. It's not about that. It's about the fact that EA allows all of these guys to do this, and then it affects everybody else. Because you can whip on me, it don't matter. If you're that good, beat me. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, look, I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm not gonna do none of this nonsense. Like J-Rock, this guy is probably legit. He played a lot of games, right? But you can still see his point average. It's still up there. Now, keep in mind, right? Anybody that doesn't understand averages, it's very simplistic. Just look for the numbers and how close they are to each other, regardless of what's going on. And this is for EA Sports too. How do you let the integrity of your game, as far as letting a guy come out and do stuff like this, right? 8.88 and 6.94. That's not realistic to me. That's just me. I don't know, maybe that's realistic to you guys, but I'm looking at the points per game, and what's more interesting is this, right? Skimbo played less total games, right? And you can see that the boosters get a lot more points because of who they match up with and how they do the win-loss ratio. So that's what's interesting about it. So it's very, very difficult because they got rid of somebody that used to monitor it. Field Goal, if you guys remember Field Goal, type 1 in the comments. Like, she was a GOAT. Like, all these guys would be gone. This guy would be gone, Maddie. Look at the drastic drop-off. The drastic drop-off. Now look, when you go back up to this guy, he played a lot more games as well, right? But you see how his average is 12? Now you go down to Maddie. EA, what are we doing? So now what they're doing is they're giving our players to players that didn't even make it into the top 100. That's what's actually interesting. This guy was blatantly doing it from the beginning, and nobody did. He's still in there chilling, SEO drip. Like, he just like, yo, what up? What's everybody doing? These two dudes, like, dude, yo, bro, they're like, yo, what's up, guys? Oh, you're 12? Oh, I'm 5. I'm 5. Like, all right. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what's going on? Then you look at all the numbers, 12, 14, 15, 13, 16, 15, 14, 16, 13, all this stuff. Then all of a sudden it drops to 8. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude, like, let's stop. Let's stop the foolishness, bro. And again, this is something that everybody has to understand because, you know, guys like this, obviously he's boosting. This is what's going to make it harder for everybody else to be able to get their stuff. This is why when Kralo was there was a lot of delays in our content, simply because people were outright cheating. And when we had like the MUT, you know, the Weekend League and all that stuff, it was just wild stuff going on, and nobody knew what the hell was happening. And EA didn't know what to do. They couldn't fix it, so it just stayed the way that it was. But that doesn't mean that it's okay. All right, so I want you guys to understand, I still don't got my Calvin. EA, where's my Calvin? Some dudes were telling me it was popping up in their binder. If you still have not received your Calvin, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. But for now, we're gonna ride with Christian Watson. I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. You have a beautiful day. Bless up. One love, y'all.